Good morning, dear CMG viewers. I'm right now at Dengfeng of Henan province, and this is a astronomy observatory station. And right now, by taking out your phone, you will know what day it is today. And the question I shall ask is, in the ancient times, how did people monitor and identify lunar solstice and solar terms? And let me tell you how in this program, to bring you more knowledge, I have a guest, Ms. Xi. Say hello to our viewers. Good morning. Welcome to observatory site of Dengfeng, which is a World Cultural Heritage Site. So tell us more about this place. So we are one of the World Cultural Heritage Sites, and this is also one of the places that have originated the solar terms of lunar solstice, and it's also among one of the first batches of national key cultural relic protection sites. So tell us about this monument behind us. So the Chinese culture is very diverse, and so this is the Zhougong Observatory platform. 3,000 years ago, this monument was erected to facilitate with the observation of astronomy. But you can see right now, this is not made of wood or a earth altar. So in Tang Dynasty, it was monitored, and it was cemented, and then the gnomon part was replaced by stone material. So can you tell us what is the gnomon and what is the clock? Take a look at the lower part. So if you look at the Chinese character of gnomon, you will immediately come to terms with what this means. So this is the traditional Chinese clock. By erecting a pole and following the position of the shadow, you will know what time it is. So we have seen numerous gnomons, but this is quite different from the traditional gnomons that we have seen. So how do you observe the shadow with this monument? Well, when this gnomon was erected, there were some principles. You need to make sure that it stands vertically, and it also faces north and south. And you can only measure the time at the middle of the day. And because at the middle of the day, the sun is well aligned with the longitude. But without much knowledge of astronomy, how did the ancient Chinese understand the time? So we're living in the northern hemisphere of the planet, and you can see that the shadow will fall in the northern part in the north of the gnomon. So this is not exactly the middle of the day, and you can see that we have a lot of shadow in this part of the gnomon, and when the middle of the day arrives, the shadow will maybe reach this part, and you can see that that is where the shadow is right now. In a few moments, it will align with this line. So according to ancient classics, during summer, when you have a vertical pole of 8 feet, then the shadow will be 5 feet long. And so today, the shadow should be in this place. By telling the length of the shadow as well as its position, you will tell what season it is and what time it is in the day. So you can see that we have actually some marks on the ground, and this circle is marked on the ground to show that at the summer and in the middle of the day, this is where the shadow should be. According to the local residents, there are patterns of the heaven and earth, and we have the shortest time of the day. We have the shortest moment of the shadow, and we also have the longest shadow of the gnomon. So this is a very long gnomon, and when the shadow is the longest, then you have the winter solstice, and this is where we are today. And by the middle of the day, we can expect the shadow reaching this part, this circle. And that tells you that it's winter solstice. So that is why we believe that the winter solstice is the day with the longest, it's the shortest day hours and longest night hours. And that is also the date of interplay between the yin and yang. And after today, the days will become longer and the nights will become shorter. In between the summer solstice and winter solstice, there is one cycle, and in between these two cycles, we have the middle of spring and middle of autumn. So this is just part of the solar terms that we have in China according to the traditional Chinese calendar, and then in about 30 or 40 days, we will have the turn of spring. So this is telling you the inheritance of the Chinese culture has never stopped, and it has been well observed for millennia. So that is the ancient expression of the relationship between the sun and the earth. Of course, they don't have the knowledge that we have today in terms of astronomy, but they have their own way of expressing such relationships between the sun and the earth. So on this monument, you can read some ancient classics which tells you that the patterns of the nature is manifested through natural objects. And if you follow closely those objects and patterns, then you will grasp the essence of nature. So this is the Zhouguang gnomon, and I can see that there are other monuments. Yes, and by the end of 2018, we replicated a number of monuments related to astronomy and time. So when visitors come, and they can understand the mystery of time. And here we have also another clock, which is called the sundial. And you can see that in the ancient times, ancient Chinese divide the day within 12-hour sections, and this is the pole that they erected, and you can see that the shadow reaches this point. This is telling you that we are in between the time section of Sichu and Shizheng. So Sichu is 10 o'clock, and Shizheng is 12 o'clock. So this tells you that we are right now around 10:30 or 10:40. And I believe there are some discrepancies, but in general, it's very accurate. And in 1980, we in 80s we were officially aligned with the Greenwich time system of the world, and we are located at the East 8 time zone, which is 8 hours ahead of the Greenwich time, and so you can see that within China there are different time zones, and within every region, by longitude, there is a difference of maybe 4 minutes, but in China right now, we're using the Beijing time. Apart from the time, which we just talked about, and take a look at this line. And this is the solar terms, and today is winter solstice, and you can see that if you draw an extended line along the edge of the shadow, it will take you to the solar term of the year, and today is winter solstice, and you can see that it's pretty accurate. And the Earth rotates around, revolves around the sun, and you can see that depending on the different position of the Earth in the orbit, we have different solar terms across the year. And you can carry out a lot of experiments on these monuments, and you can tell the time as well as the solar terms. And here we also have the traditional, typical type of gnomon, or the sundial. And you can see that we have a lot of monuments. And this is actually the sundial designed by Shanghai University of Technology. And you can see that this is the pole that they install on a round plate. And this is the time. So this is the sundial, and you can see that it's always tilted. And why is it tilted? So we have so many different sundials here, and why is this one tilted this way? Well, this is dependent upon the latitude and longitude of the position, and we are right now at Dengfeng, and you need to make sure that it has the tilting degree of 9 degrees. And after learning those sundial, let's come to this altar, and this is the altar for astronomical observation. So what is the relationship of this platform and the sundials? We have just learned a couple of sundials, and this is the star observation platform, and the Chinese culture continues throughout different millenniums and centuries, and but the climate changes. Today is winter solstice, and in comparison to the winter solstice of previous years, today is not that cold. So in the past, each year during the winter solstice, the emperor would send a astronomer to this platform to observe the stars. And this is actually left from Yuan dynasty by the scientist Guo Shoujing. And in Luoyang and in Beijing, we have 2 other star observation platforms which enjoy the same level of reputation. So this one has actually a history of more than 1,000 years. And you mentioned that there is another gnomon or sundial on top of this platform. How do you use it? Well, this is the ruler that we use to measure astronomy, and you can also call it the stone sundial. Take a look at this part, and this is actually the clock. So we have not only the clock but also the gnomon. And this is a T-shaped stone altar. In order to obtain the most accurate data, this is how this structure is designed. And there were some renovations by Guo Shoujing from Yuan dynasty. So the height was extended. The concave part is 12 meters tall. And this allows you to measure the time more accurately. And you can also see this horizontal beam at the top. So this beam actually separates the shadow of the sun into 2 halves. And you can see that the plate beneath or behind this platform is measured with those different units. So at the middle of the day, you will find out that there is some blurry of the shadow, and so 700 years ago, we designed some small utensils to tell you more about the time. And you can see that we have a little hole on it. So why do you need the small holes on this plate? And why can't you tell the time directly by the shadow, by measuring the length of the shadow? Well, this is using actually the theory called image by pinhole. And so your naked eyes tell you that it's a naked pole, but the shadow is very long, and there are some blurry part of the shadow, so you can never tell the time very accurately. But with this image by pinhole, you will know very accurately the time. So you can see that we have multiple holes on this plate, and this is telling you what the time is in a very accurate manner. And this is the pinhole imaging theory from physics. If the shadow can go through this hole, you will be able to tell exactly what time it is at this hour of the day. So this is truly a time museum in ancient China. Through Ms. Xi's introduction, we learned that at around 12 o'clock, the shadow of the sun will be cut into two halves. And if you have this kind of result, this is telling you where the shadow of the the horizontal beam is, and then based on where it falls on this diagram, you will know exactly the time of the moment of monitoring. And you can see that we do a lot of monitoring throughout the years, and we know that we know the exact length of the shadow of the sun on the day of winter solstice, and on summer solstice, the shadow is 1.9 meters long. And we also have a lot of utensils for astronomical observation here. And you can see that we can tell the changing of seasons, and during dusk, we can also observe the stars and the rotating relationship between different stars. And Guo Shoujing observed more than 1,000 stars, and he also analyzed deep into the relationship between different stars. So Guo Shoujing is the very famous scientist and astronomer, and he is also a great engineer in water-related projects, and he delivered many projects in Beijing, the capital then of China. So Zhougong Star Observation Platform is also one of the masterpieces of Guo Shoujing. So this is telling you more about the relationship between the shadows and time and the stars. So at the very beginning, we had just the winter and summer solstice, the middle point of spring and autumn, and those are the only 4 solar terms that we had at the very beginning. With the evolution of time and with the development of technology, we eventually came up with 24 solar terms. And those solar terms, they are a great guidance to agricultural activities, and they are also related closely to traditional Chinese medicine as well as the climate. Well, thank you very much for your introduction and coming here today. And we learned about the experiment that you are conducting. And this is not the middle of the day, and but we got a little bit about wisdom of the traditional Chinese people and how the ancient technology and astronomy evolved. And we learned about the utensils that they used, how they manipulated different utensils and the shadows and the measurement to understand the time. So this is truly a great place where you can explore the traditional activities that were related to science and astronomy. And I wish all of you this special day health and peace. Good morning, dear viewers, and we have with us one guest who is the assistant instructor of a museum in Jiangmen of Guangdong. Say hello to our viewers. Good morning to our viewers, and we wish you all a pleasant day of peace and health. And we are right now at Wenchun County of Jiangmen of Guangdong, and we will take you close to some of their folk costumes. And this is the ancient worship temple, and you can see those letters inscribed on this entrance, the glowing time with the stars. So this is actually a ancestral hall of the locals, and we will give you more about this ancestral hall. And you can see that these four characters, then they were written by a very well recognized head of the county in Jiangmen, and this is telling you the fast passage of time and how time flies with the glowing stars and lights. So with these four characters, he wished to express his high expectations on the cultivation of talents in this locality. So after entering this gate, we will enter into this ancestral hall, and this is actually a very famous cultural relic, and it was originated in Ming Dynasty, and throughout different periods of history, it has been well renovated. But to this day, the architectural style of Ming has been well preserved. And now we're going to follow our cameraman to see what is displayed inside. And I learned that we have one painting scroll. And this is telling you the generational heritage of excellence in this place. Yingchuan is actually the place where the ancestors of this place came from. And so this is a ancestral hall in Guangdong, and a lot of the ancestral halls in Guangdong, they are very characteristic, and So this is the ancestral hall for a great family with the surname of Chen, and so this is built in the honor of Chen Kai. You can see how delicate the tails are, how sophisticated the wooden sculpture is, and also the stone sculpture is. But the most amazing and stunning are those wooden sculptures, and you can see that a great part of the wood plate is hollowed out with those beautiful patterns. So it's a very lovely scene today. I see that people are preparing for the sweet dumplings, and there are also people practicing calligraphy. So we have an old saying in Guangdong, which goes as after winter solstice, then you jump directly to the spring festival. And may I ask this little one to read out this spring festival scrolls? Great time in the year, in a time, and great time of the day. So how old are you? I'm 9 years old. I'm a fourth grader. I'm Chen Ziyang. I'm a local here. So it's the winter solstice today, and do you celebrate this day every year? Yes. Each and every year on the winter solstice day, we join my uncles and my family members for a savory sweet dumpling feast. So normally on this special day, we would invite the best calligraphers of the village to come here to write some very auspicious characters. But the main part of today's celebration is the cooking of sweet rice balls. And in Jiangmen of Guangdong, I heard that you are using this salty baking material or the condiment, and I heard that you are using the powder of glutinous rice, and then you make a donut. And in this part of Guangdong, it's quite different, and you don't have any fillings in this dumpling. So tell us more about this dumpling. So when we make the sweet dumpling, we use the glutinous rice powder, and then we use hot water to make a donut. So this is actually the first step. Making a donut is the first step. And so this is warm water, not very hot, and this is blended into this powder of glutinous rice. And you make the donut, and then you make it into a shape of a strip. So I heard that there are other materials and ingredients, and you have the carrots, which will be part of the soup foundation. And I heard that it's very good for your stomach in winter. So we simply put the carrot in the foundation soup so that the soup gives you this savory, salty, fresh flavor. Apart from that, in Taishan, the foundation soup also involves seafood, and this is very special here. And we have oysters here. So this is Party Secretary Chen from this village. So oyster is one specialty in your village. Is that correct? Yes, and we are home to a vast amount of fresh oysters each and every year, and you can see that they are very big and fat, and the oyster meat is just very savory. And in winter, it's particularly delicious, and you can see how fat and rich the meat is. It takes the size of half my palm. Apart from that, we also have crabs. And we have pork liver, oysters, crabs, and pork and carrots, all of which contribute to the good flavor of the foundation soup. And you can see that this crab is still alive, and so it will be mainly used as the ingredients of the foundation soup. Apart from that, I can see some shrimps, and those are very fresh, I guarantee you. And so when you put all those different ingredients in a foundation soup, it's very fresh. So the culinary habit of one locality is dependent on the climate and the weather of that place. And you can see that on this part of the mountain, you're using seafood, and on the other side of the mountain, they are using pork and the chicken as the foundation soup. Yes, and they also use some mushrooms, but here on this side of the mountain, we are facing the sea, so we have seafood. So that is why we involved crab and shrimp and oysters in our foundation soup. So this is quite different depending on where you are, what specialties that you have as the food material. And you can see that they are rubbing this rice balls, and this is, I believe, the second step, and I'm sure that the third step is to boil them in your foundation soup. Well, let's take a look how long it takes. First, you need to make a fire and then pour the water in the pot. And I can tell they have two separate teams, and they haven't started with boiling the water. And so apart from making the rice balls, you can see that we have some geese, and that is well played on the table. And so what do you eat geese? So this is also a specialty in our place. People eating geese in this part of the country can date back to more than 1,000 years ago. So on the day of winter solstice, you will eat sweet rice balls with the foundation soup that involved seafood, but also you have to enjoy this great and delicious geese feast. In Taishan of Guangdong, people attach great importance to the winter solstice, and no matter how far away they are from their hometown, they have to travel back on this day for a delicious sweet rice balls feast. So we had a chat before this program started, and you told me that you came back from Zhuhai for this specific and special day. Yes, I have been working in Zhuhai for some years. I have bought a home there, but today is very special. I have to travel back to my home. And this has been a tradition of my hometown for quite some time, and I purchased some gifts. And after the highway was put operational, it's very convenient. It takes only 40 minutes. So I come back home every once in a while and to catch up with my old friends and relatives. So you are living in Gaolangang of Zhuhai, so it's pretty close to your hometown. Yes, I'm living in Jiangmen of Zhuhai, and it's super convenient for me to come back into my hometown with the highway put operational. And it's such a great sentimental time to be rejoined with my old friends and relatives. And I can see that this table is well served, and these two guys are serving and boiling the rice balls. Well, now let's have a taste of this sweet dumplings. And so this is the salty rice balls actually from this part of the Guangdong province, and you can see that you do have very rich foundation soup, and you've got oysters, pork liver, shrimp, and also we have this glutinous rice ball, and it's very chewy and very soft in your mouth. With the foundation soup, it gives you this very fresh flavor in your mouth. On this day of winter solstice, we have invited a officer. We have an expert here who will give us an introduction. So the Taishan Guangdong Music Band, Mr. Zhu, the head of the band, will give us some introduction. So I can see you are wearing a special outfit today, and let's come close to your orchestra, and I believe we can expect some fantastic music today. So this is our orchestra that we have formed over the years, and they belong to one troupe or are they voluntarily formed. So they are all volunteers, and so this is the bar-in orchestra, and this is a very common type of music in this part of the country, and they are all amateurs, but let me tell you, they are very good. So the bar-in music is one part of the intangible cultural heritage. Yes, it's one of the first batch of intangible cultural heritage boasted jointly by Taizhou and Taishan and Jiangmen. So bar-in literally translates as 8 different sounds or 8 different music instruments, and together they form a band or orchestra. It can date back to 300 years ago. Originally, it was just one very common folk music form, and with evolution and with development, it has spread to all parts of the country. So the music of Guangdong is very inclusive. You can add saxophone, you can also add a violin. So inclusivity is one dominant feature of Guangdong music. You can play with the band of 3 or 2 or 5 or even 100, and that is the most stunning feature of Guangdong music band. So what are the traditional instruments that they use? We have violins, drums, percussion music instruments, which is very unique in this part of the country, and we also have saxophone, and so Guangdong music is truly very inclusive. Let's have an interview. So let's have an interview with those little ones. And how old are you? I'm 4 years old. When did you come here? 9 o'clock. Well, I can tell that you still haven't developed the concept of time. I love your dress, and is this a special outfit for the winter solstice? Yes. Have fun. So I can see that the second service of the rice balls are ready, and let's have a taste of the second service. Some of the ingredients, off the table, meaning they are in a pot. So I heard that you need to fry the condiment before boiling the rice balls. Yes. So it's a lengthy process of cooking, and normally it takes more than 10 minutes. And so they already have one round of rice ball feast, and different villages, of course, have different traditions and procedures. Where we are at right now in Wenchun village, they prepared a party on this day, and that's why some people got here as early as 7 o'clock. And so after this round of rice balls are ready, and then they will be ready for lunch. So I can see that you are frying pork and then shrimp, and then you pour water into the pot. When the water is boiling, you put in the rice balls, and then give it 4 to 5 minutes, and then you will have the most delicious rice balls. Yes, you have to fry the condiment first. Then the fragrance or the flavor of the pork gets into the rice ball, and it gives you this fantastic mixture of flavors. So we do have different traditions and practices in terms of cooking. We involved the seafood, so that is why the rice balls are actually salty. So I heard that no matter where you are working on this day, you would travel back. Yeah, this is the fine tradition of our village, and this is a time of family reunion, and this is a tradition that is well preserved for hundreds of years. And I can see that people are truly enjoying the first round of service, and now you are ready to serve the second round, and all the rice balls are boiling in the pot, and later they will expect something that is truly delicious and yummy. So this is truly one great part of their tradition. Without the rice balls, they are not celebrating anything. So with these rice balls, it means that they will have a pleasant winter solstice that is blessed with health and peace. So this is this section about the Taishan tradition, their celebration of the winter solstice. Back to my colleagues. Good morning to all our viewers. So you just saw a little bit of how the southern Chinese celebrate the winter solstice, and now let's come to the north. And we are right now at Xinzhou of Shanxi. And if you're from the north, you know dumplings are a must to celebrate anything. And on this special day, eating dumplings would be the best part of the celebration. And I know you must have had dumpling restaurant, a dumpling dinner or meals for quite some time, but I bet you have never experienced enjoying dumpling with this 1,000 other guests. So this is the 1,000-person dumpling feast, and this is in the Xinzhou ancient town of Shanxi. And before I get into the celebration, we have a guest, Lu Ting, from a working staff from the ancient town of Xinzhou. So we have been quite busy and we have been preparing for this fantastic winter solstice. So in winter, you believe that the winter solstice is as grand as the spring festival. So what does winter solstice mean to all of you? Well, I believe winter solstice is truly the beginning of the celebration of the spring festival. You can see we have performances on the stage, and to the children, what they are expecting is the dumplings. And you can see that we have some fantastic performances on the stage, and those performers, they spring fire from their mouth. And I heard that there are other performances as well. Yes, we have lion dragon and dance, and we also have the random throwing of a red ball. And so those are all the different costumes, and those are adding to the festival vibe of this day. And I can see that we have over 1,000 people here. We have long tables and chairs which are made available for those guests who are expecting this fantastic dumpling feast. And this is the best time to come into this ancient part of the town to trace what was left from thousands of years ago as the traditional Chinese culture and tradition. So in this part, it's the making of the dumplings, and so all the dumplings, they were made in the ancient courtyard of the Xinzhou town, and we have long benches and tables, and we are serving with 4 different rounds, and we are going to celebrate. We're going to have the first round, I believe. All right, let's come into the crowd and to get a taste of the vibe. And you can see that we have all the different ingredients. We have 2 different fillings, and one is mutton, lamb, and the other is vegetarian filling with eggs. So I come from Shandong, and we eat a lot of dumplings, and we eat dumplings with the fillings of seafood, beef, and pork. And in this part of the country, and you eat mutton, right? Yes, and because we are located in a hinterland of the country, and eating mutton can make you feel warm in winter. And I can see that those mutton that is well sliced, and you have this Shanxi vinegar and also the chili oil from your province, and this is very famous and very well recognized. And I heard that you use this chili oil to make even the mooncakes. Yes, we don't use the rapeseed oil. We use the chili oil of Shanxi. It gives you this special flavor, and it's very hot. And the fillings inside the dumpling are also very delicious. So I believe Shanxi is truly a place gathering many different food types. So in Shanxi, when you're eating dumplings, you can truly have a taste of all the different flavors, the local flour food, the local chili oil, and also the local mutton filling. Are you making the dumplings right in the outdoor area or in the indoor area? Well, both indoors and outdoors. And so you can see that we have a tea house in front of us, inside of which people are making and wrapping the dumplings. All right, this is truly a lovely scene, and we have I believe they are professionals. We also have firefighters who are voluntarily joining this activity. All right, let's have a quick word. And we're having this live stream program. And where are you from? So I'm from the Xinzhou firefighting squad. I work at the squad in the northern square of the Xinzhou ancient town. So why do you come to today's event? Well, number one, I want to catch up with my relatives, my friends, my acquaintances here. And number two, I want to relax on this special day. So this is such a great turnout. And what impressed you the most today? Well, I'm most impressed by this vibe. Upon entering this place, you can feel this atmosphere, and this is truly a festival atmosphere, and it's very warm and very friendly. So how many dumplings do you plan to make today? Well, I don't know. We do have a great number of visitors today. All right, I will leave it to you, and have a nice day. Well, talking about the ancient town, and everybody believes that Xinzhou is a commercialized place, but this is not so commercialized. You can see that people are truly enjoying themselves and enjoying this gathering. And this is a day of celebrating the friendship and deep bond that people have between each other. And you can see that they are all very busy making the dumplings, and I feel quite emotional with dumplings. As a Chinese, I can tell you this is not just me. Dumplings are a great tool to strengthen the bond that you have with your beloved ones. And when you're making dumplings for a big event, your neighbors and your relatives will come by and will help you. Well, in speaking of making dumplings, I can't help but get involved personally. All right, let me have a try. I think, I come from Shandong. I'm very good at it because we eat a lot of dumplings in Shandong as well. I can see the skin is very well made. There's this special bond or relationship with the dumplings if you are from the northern part of the country, and so maybe I put in too much feelings. Well, because it's a freezing cold outside, and your fingers get so dumb. Sorry, I failed this one, and let me try another one. So this one doesn't count. Let me try another one. So whenever I make dumplings, my memories go back to my childhood when I was making dumplings with my parents. Well, I'm picking up the old memories, and you need to put it in the center of your palm and then squeeze the edges. And now you have a very good looking dumpling. Making the dumplings is one crucial part of winter solstice. It's part of the joy that you have on this festival. And if you are if you are working elsewhere, today is the time that you come back to get a reunion with your family members. And when we are celebrating the winter solstice or the spring festival, it's not just the festival, it's this making of dumpling. All right, I'm feeling with this one as well. I'm sorry, maybe it was freezing cold outside and my fingers are not that handy right now. Well, let me have another try. So inside the tea house, people are chatting with each other while making dumplings, and this is truly a great moment. Well, let me give you another excuse, and maybe it's these gloves that I'm wearing, and all right, I will make no other choice, and I will not waste too much of your material. And I just had a brief try with this experience, and it's pretty cool. And I don't know what you are eating for today's lunch, and are you making dumplings? You could be, whether you are celebrating this day with yourself or with your family members. Try with dumplings. Well, I think to test whether you are successful with the dumplings, you have to put them in the boiling pot and see what the finished product looks like. Truly, this is a great experience that can feel the deep emotional bond people share with each other, and nothing can unite people more than food. And this is a very natural way of celebration. When it is festival, people spontaneously come together to celebrate this day with food. So we have a boiling pot here, and well, you have obviously filled with one of these dumplings. I hope I don't end up with kanjis or porridges. Actually, I can't wait. And do you have some serviced ones? Yes, we have some. And do we have chopsticks? I can see everybody is very busy and very much enjoying themselves. Do you also have carrot in the fillings? Yes, I can tell we have mutton, we have carrots, we have chili oil, and it's just delicious. And after eating this dumpling, I can feel the great warmth in my stomach. Truly, mutton can help you get rid of the cold in winter. Now let's move on to this crowd of eaters, and let's see whether they are enjoying themselves. Good morning. Do you love the dumpling? Yes. What is the filling? And it's vegetarian. It's a floured garlic and Chinese chives and eggs. And hello, please say hello to our viewers. So, are you here with your family? Yes. How do you like it? It's very special. I want my kids to have a memory of traditional Chinese culture with this event. Very well said. And how many dumplings do you plan to eat? Well, let's make it 10. Very good number. All right, and this is where we started. Although it's freezing cold outside and the temperature is actually dropping, but at this ceremonial event, we have a large crowd catching up with each other, celebrating their bond and celebrating this very special day of winter solstice, and they are making some memory that will go down in the years to come. And so this is the end of this section of the live stream. And do you have some final words? I wish each and every one of you a pleasant and blessed year. And if you have time, do come to Xinzhou. And I believe that many students, they are sitting in the examination to become a postgraduate. And I wish all of you great luck. So this is the end of the Shanxi section of this live stream, and I will hand it over to my colleagues who will give you more about the traditions and celebrations in Heilongjiang province. Good morning, I'm Yang from CMG and welcome to our program. I'm right now at Harbin of Heilongjiang. So today is the winter solstice. Let me express my sincere festival greetings with this giant snowman behind me. So we are at the border of Songhua-Jiang River, and in the summer this is the great destination of retreat, and in winter this is the best place to appreciate the snow and ice sculptures. And the first stop I would recommend is the Taiyang Island, and this is a snowman with the height of 20 meters, and you can see that it's holding both thumbs up. It's almost like that he is giving you his best wishes with his embrace filled with snow. And take a look also at the red colored scarf, and it's a very good and pleasant contrast of color. And at 9 o'clock each morning, I can see many visitors coming to this part of the destination to have a picture together with the snowman. So my colleagues give you an introduction about how people in different places celebrate the winter solstice. Well, let me tell you, in this part of the country, they have each and every year a winter exposition, and you can see that our artist has designed a giant dumpling made of snow. And after a couple of hours, then you can see that this work is taking shape, and this is a very chumby dumpling, very white, very full, and very happy. And our artist is adding a facial expression to this dumpling. And I know he's using a special material. And now you are using a special pigment to add the eyes and the red cheeks and the mouth. And normally the pigment would freeze when it is outdoors. So what pigment are you using? So we actually added some liquor and alcohol in it, so it doesn't freeze up. So basically you're painting on this paper made of snow. So how different it is compared to painting on a paper. Well, let me tell you, it's actually very similar because there is this effect of saturation when your brush touches the snow. And the two experiences are quite similar actually. And this is a very lovely dumpling. And what were your inspirations? Well, it's winter solstice today, and I believe this dumpling is very fitting. And I want to present this chumby and lovely dumpling to signify reunion and good wishes. And I can see that you even added this red cheek on this dumpling. This is very lovely. Well, can I have a hands-on experience, and what are the precautions? Well, make sure that you add the dots on the right place. I actually learned calligraphy, but I have never painted on the snow. This will mark my first time. I believe this is where you add the red cheek. So my task would be easy. I just need to make sure that the pigment is added here. This is in the color of pink. Well, you have to take several tries. You have to add the color layer by layer. to allow for the saturation. Well, truly, it's similar, but it's different from painting on the paper. Well, we are adding this lovely, adorable red cheek on this dumpling. Well, let me tell you, it's quite different from drawing on paper because the saturation takes time. You need to add the color layer by layer. You need to take multiple tries, and also it's slippery on the surface of the snow. You need to make sure that you have the right angle, you have the right strength with your brush. And there are other tools. Can you tell us how you do this in a sculpture? So what is this for? This is what I use to polish the surface. And when you are about to finish, you need to make sure that the surface is well treated. So we call it the polisher. It's almost like a shredder, but it's actually independently created here. Well, let's take a look. And this is a iron plate. I can see that you have a lot of poles and holes on it. You have a handle on it, and this is almost like a cheese shredder, but it can help you polish the surface. Yes, and because the finished product is like the surface of tofu, and this is a lot of hard work. Give us a demo. Just like this. So when we rub the surface, it will become very smooth and slippery. And what about those large sculptures? Do you also have to give a final round of polishing? Yes. What are the other details that you can tell us about? I can see that you have a very large foundation, and this is very big. Well, this is 3 meters long and 3 meters tall, and this foundation is 2 meters tall. So this is the cubic. And we spent 5 and 6 hours on this. All right, from early in the morning up until this point, you're about to finish, and let me stand out of your way, and I wish you great luck with your artistic work. Well, apart from snow sculptures, there are other attractions in Harbin as well. And at 10 o'clock, which was just now, the Harbin Ice and Snow World was made open to the public. And this year, the as big as 1 million square meters, and they have a lot of elements borrowed from the Asian Winter Games. And they have a lot of gliders and sliders. And also at the Sunny Island, they will have a trail operation on the 23rd of December. So before their trail operation, I had a brief interview with Yang Yuying. Say hello to our viewers. Good morning. I'm Yang Yuying. And we know that the Sunny Island is the birthplace of snow sculptures. And starting from the 1980s, you have presented a huge number of sculpture works to the general public. So tell us about this snowman behind us, and many visitors are taking a photo with him. Well, now take a look at the dumpling, and the red cheek is about to be ready, and with the red cheeks, and this dumpling becomes more adorable. And many visitors, they are reminded that today is winter solstice when they see this dumpling. And the theme of this year's Ice and Snow World is rendezvous with Harbin and warm your heart with ice and snow. And I believe that our visitors can harvest a different experience this year. And truly, this is a heartwarming design with this dumpling. And now let's move on to this snowman, Mr. Snow. So Mr. Snow is the mascot or the logo of this year's Ice and Snow World. And you can see that he's wearing a very tall hat. He's giving you thumb ups with both of his hands, and he is very open, very straightforward, very good looking, very humorous. So this Mr. Snow, from a distance, you can see that he's also like a dumpling, adorable and lovely and entertaining. And this is a snowman that is 20 meters tall, very high. And so this is one of the tallest snow sculptures in the world. Everybody nowadays is very good at AI, and our snowman is extending a warm welcome to all the visitors, and this is a welcoming gesture that we placed at the center of the entrance. So we are standing at the entrance of the sunny island. Although the park is not made open officially, and you can see that many visitors come here to take a special photo together with Mr. Snow. So this Mr. Snow as a statue is a welcoming sculpture. But inside this park, there are a lot more to explore. And we have a formation of snowmen, and after entering the park, and you will be welcomed by 2 rows of snowmen. They are extending a great welcome to all the visitors. And you can see that this year we're using this Russian-style matryoshka doll, and they are very adorable, and this is very unique in this part of the country because we are bordering Russia. And these Russian dolls, they are looking very nice, very kind, and very childish, and each and every one of you can find the doll that you like. And if you watch closely, you will know that each and every doll has a different facial expression. So you will be welcomed by this 20-meter tall snowman, and then this lovely, very creative snow dolls and Russian dolls, and you will always find a sculpture that you love. So what's further inside? I believe that everybody is talking about the white wukong, and this wukong sculpture, you can see that it went viral online many days ago, and CMG News was among the first to give a live coverage. And this is 20 meters tall, and we used 4,000 cubic meters of snow, and we're using a drone to give you this live footage. And this is 20 meters tall, and take a look at the gesture of wukong and how brilliant and aggressive he is. So what are the other attractions of this sculpture? Well, everybody knows this IP of black myth wukong. So wukong is a figure that is known by every household, every person in China. So So here we are from the northeastern part of China, a world of ice and snow. So we just gave you this white wukong, which showcases the gigantic rising spirit of Wukong. He's holding this stick, and one of the hands is fixated deep and firmly into the ground. At the very beginning, the weapon of Wukong, the Jinggu Bang, or the stick, was just a very boring stick with no designs or patterns. And then, according to the feedbacks from netizens, we inscribed the patterns. So this is truly telling you that we, as the organizer of the Ice and Snow World, we respect your feedbacks and we listen to your comments and feedbacks, and we try very much to create a great experience of visiting the Ice and Snow World. And so we want to have greater emotional resonance and connection with other visitors. And this is the white-colored Wukong. It's well finished, although the park has not been made officially open, but everybody's ready. And apart from these two giant sculptures, then we also have a mech sculpture each and every year at the Ice and Snow World, and that is waiting for all the visitors. And you can see that this is their masterpiece. This I have learned it's called the Snow Spring, and it's 100 meters long, and I heard it's more than 30 meters tall, and it's involved the work of many artists, and you can see that they are still working on top of this sculpture. Yes, and this each and every year we have a masterpiece, and this year what welcomes all the visitors would be this giant sculpture called Snow Spring. And you can see that they are busy with some final finishes to make sure that it's ready on the day of the park opening. And we are featuring the elements of bird and flower. And we have one giant big bird, but also a flock of small birds. And this is telling you that spring is around the corner. And also we are using the Chinese plum blossom or plum flower, which signifies the advent of spring. So altogether they signify beauty, unity, and reunion. So we are very much looking forward to the day when this work is ready to meet the public. And we can truly enjoy this festival and appreciate this sculpture from many different angles. And it tells you the sense of accomplishment of overcoming the cold in the winter. And to overcome the challenge of cold, you need to have this solidarity, this team spirit, and also the white snow is a symbol of purity. And we have over 100 sculptors working on this all together, and we're using a total of more than 150,000 cubic tons of snow, and so this is truly gigantic. Many of the visitors, they have one question, be it the snow spring or mist snow, are they made purely of snow? Well, let me give you a peak view, and let me show you how the snow sculptures are made. Well, let me tell you, the snow is artificially made to guarantee the level of thickness and cohesion. So it's very coherent and it's very sticky, and so it's very suitable for sculpture work. So before making the sculpture, you need to make a wood frame. For the purpose of this demonstration, we delivered and we made a smaller wooden frame. And for the for the dumpling sculpture behind us, and they definitely use the larger frame. So what is the first step? The first step is, of course, making the snow. And then we transport the snow into the wooden frames, and depending on the size of the sculpture that we want to deliver, we have to solidify the snow. And so I will just use my hand to represent the shovel that they use to solidify or consolidate the snow. So what I need to do is to fill the wooden box or wooden frame with the snow. So this is already well filled, and then you just need to use the shovel. And in this case, it's my hand, and you have to consolidate the snow, and it's very hard. It has the higher level of hardness and thickness, and it's very coherent between different particles. And you need to make sure that all the different layers are consolidated when you are piling up this snow cubic. And then this is just the raw material, and you have to wait for like a couple of days and for it to cool. And then you need to remove the wooden frame, and that gives you this building blocks of snow. And then from top to bottom, you need to start your sculpture work. All right. Well, imagine I have removed the upper layer of the wooden frame, and now I'm removing the bottom layer, and you can see that this is the building block of snow, and this is the brick of the sculpture. And actually, during the process of sculpturing, our artists, they will carefully study the sketch drawing, and they will start the sculpture from top to bottom. So this is the process of snow sculpture. But take a look at this dumpling behind us, and this is almost well done, and it's very lovely. It signifies great blessings on this day of winter solstice. And we have one recommendation: the ice and snow exhibition in the sunny island and Ice and Snow World. They are a combination of attractions in Harbin, and you can appreciate the winter snow sculptures in the day on the sunny island, and in the evening you can travel to the Ice and Snow World of Harbin. So ice is crystal and transparent, and in the night it's a great combination with the glowing light, and the snow is very pure. So starting from winter solstice, the ice and snow tourism in Harbin is truly taking off. According to our monitoring, starting from the 1st of November and all the way to the 20th of November, and we have welcomed more than 2.9 million visitors, and this is an increase of 44% compared to last year. And also, ice and snow tourism has stimulated the tourism in Harbin in general. In Harbin, for example, you can appreciate and enjoy the ice and snow, and then next year, the 9th Asian Winter Games will meet the public, so you can take the train in the snow and visit many of the snow towns, and then you can also travel to Mohe village. So those are great tourism routes that I have learned. And apart from these 260 scenic spots and sculptures, and this year at the Ice and Snow World and also at the snow exhibition on a sunny island, CMG has set up a broadcasting studio, and you can take a look. And this is the studio that we have set up on site, and it's 200 square meters, and you can see that it's right across the main masterpiece sculpture, the Snow Spring. So it is at this studio that we give you the latest live coverage of the Ice and Snow World, as well as the snow exhibition on the sunny island. And we have a lot more to tell you, but let me hold it for the time being. You have to come by and explore those mysteries yourself. And this is also a place for you to find love. Yes, at the Park of Sunny Island, and we have this international snow sculpture exhibition, and also the Sunny Island is the 5A tourist site, and we have actually set up a matchmaking site, so it would be very romantic. And so when you come here, if you are single, you can sign up your material. So we're combining the winter elements with ice and snow, and we are also integrating with the romantic elements of matchmaking. The sunny island is a great place for you to harvest love, because your love and your romantic relationship will be witnessed by ice and snow. And coincidentally, ice and snow, they represent purity and loyalty. And I believe that many of the singles, when they are harvesting love, and they will leave and create an indelible memory in this part of the country. And before we let it go, and I can tell that this dumpling is about to finish. Why don't you turn around and give a final presentation of this dumpling? And yeah, this is a fantastic day, and this is a lovely dumpling, and this is our winter greetings expressed to all of you, and we wish all of you a pleasant day of winter solstice. We wish you health and warmth and peace on this special day. All right, this is all from Harbin. Good morning. I'm Sumeng from China Media Group, and welcome to my part of this live stream program. And you can take a guess where I am right now. And in front of me, and between me and the camera, you can see this snow. And I'm right now at the Salima Lake. This is the area located deep into the Tianshan mountain. Because it's snowing today, you can see that the cloud is actually very thick, and you cannot see the sunshine, because the sunshine can very hardly penetrate this very thick layer of cloud. And the Saram Lake is having a temperature of minus 20 degrees. So it's freezing cold out here. And if I don't move around, I will very quickly freeze up. So in comparison to the coldness, the Saram Lake is having a peak season of tourism. Each and every day, it receives over 4,000 visitors from all across the country. It used to be well recognized for its picturesque scenery in summer, but in recent years, its winter charm is calling visitors from all parts of the country. And I heard that many of the visitors, they are from the south. I can tell that from their accent. And so they come here especially for the winter, for ice and snow, and you have to experience the blue crystal color of the Saram Lake in summer, but also in winter, you need to appreciate this white color of Saram Lake. And on the road here, you will know that some of the places that you pass by are covered by snow that is over 1 meter tall, and the local authority is making every preparation for the upcoming winter tourism season. To tell you what to expect in Saram Lake, I have a guest joining me, and she is Li Ye from Bozhou Convergence Media Center. Good noon, and my name is Li Yi. I'm a journalist from Bozhou Convergence Media Center. So it's snowing today, but we have an old saying goes as a great snow will signify a year of harvest. So you can see that we are bundled up because it's very cold, and the coldest can go to minus 25 degrees, and it was colder yesterday. And so when you come here, you have to wear thick clothing, and otherwise you might get a cold burn. So coming to this part of the place, you have to wear more. And after entering from the east gate of Saram Lake, we saw a lot of snow cleaning machines, and they have to make the accessibility work. And I heard that it's 90 kilometers if you walk around the lake. So I heard that you have a huge number of visitors, but because this is so open and big and vast an area, you don't see too many visitors at one place. The Saram Lake has not been frozen up, so you won't be able to enjoy the ice. But I believe when you come here in January, you will see this whole lake frozen up, and you will also see those bubbles beneath the ice surface. Right now, you wouldn't be able to see the blue ice, but you will see a lot of the ice sculptures. And this, let me guarantee you, this is a breathtaking and spectacular scene. So coming here to this part of the country, you have to appreciate the color of white ice and blue ice, and when the lake is frozen up, and you will see this white waterfront. And I can see that a ice waterfall is made by the local authority, and so this is made with the water from the Saram Lake. And you can see that there is this distinction of color, and the snow on the ground is white, and the ice is in light blue. So that is why we call it the rendezvous between ice and snow. And if you walk closer, you will see how magnificent it is, and those are just a waterfall surface. So this is a very magnificent scene. Many of the visitors and they are taking a photo. As Li introduced, the Saram Lake is not frozen up at this time of the year, and these giant columns and poles and this giant waterfall of ice is artificial, but they are equally magnificent. And I did my homework. I know that the Saram Lake has very pure water. It's lucid water. And when I came here in the summer and we conducted the monitoring, and we found out that the water is very translucent and very pure and clean. And so they pump the water onto the top platform of those artificial poles, and then the water will flow out to all directions. And when the temperature drops to certain degrees, then they will very naturally form this landscape, which is very magnificent. And when the sun comes out, you will see the blue color reflected on the surface, and you will see how translucent it is. And the ice bars and the ice-made waterfall will reflect the light and give you this dazzling color combination of blue and yellow. So it's very cold today, but yesterday when I came, I figured out that the lake is just vast and huge, and you can even look into the distance and see the mountains. And yesterday when I was here, all the mountains were covered by the snow. So this is a very serene place with a vast lake, with magnificent mountains in the distance covered by the snow. And this is a place with very good ecological environment. Millions mu of grassland is covered by the white, and the snow-capped mountains give you an extra layer of appeal, and this is just like the traditional painting of Chinese landscape with the snow as the backdrop. In winter at Saram Lake, I believe this is a seasonal appeal, and in summer, this is a place that is very popular among the visitors. And over the years, the Saram Lake has engaged in a number of marketing campaigns to bring more visitors also in winter. Well, in winter, you may believe that there's nothing to see, but over the years, we have rolled out this activity called the rendezvous between ice and snow, and people travel here for the ice sculpture, for the snow entertainment activities, and also for the Saram Lake. And you can have a lot of fun on the snow. And when the Saram Lake is frozen up, you can enjoy a lot of on the ice activities, and you can enjoy the great view, and you can appreciate the ice holes and the ice bubbles. And 2 years ago, the ice holes, they were very popular, and many visitors, they come here to just take a photo of the ice hole, and then they send a photo on their social networking platform. So in winter, there's a lot to explore, and it's even more beautiful than in the summer. And yesterday at the hotel, I can tell you, the hotel is fully booked, and so I have been observing the waterfront made of ice, and this is truly breathtaking, and it feels like it's impeding, and it's magnificent, and it's appalling, and also very beautiful. And now I want my colleague to play a short video clip to tell you how the Saram Lake gets frozen up. And it's not fully frozen up, but when the lake is partially freezing, you have this wave that is made of ice, and it's just magnificent because all the different ice cubes and they collide with each other, and these ices, they are in a shape of naan, just like the food that people eat in Xinjiang, and it's very fitting, very magnificent, and we call it the ice naan. So when visitors post this footage online, this name ice naan just came spontaneously, and it's very close to where visitors can approach, and it's just very magnificent, and you can even touch the wave with your hand, and it's ice waves. I heard that many visitors came here as early as 8 o'clock, and it's still dark here. So if you have lived in a cold area, you know you have to bundle up in such weather. And I find out that when you are a visitor from the south and you don't tend to bundle up, you don't get prepared for such cold. And my advice is to wear warmly and dress up, bundle up. And it's just me and Li Yi here who are keeping talking. And if you look at the other crowd, they don't talk much because, when you talk, you waste the energy and the heat will run away. But truly, this is a great place for you to appreciate this beautiful natural landscape decorated by ice and snow. And so the Saram Lake is located in Bozhou. So this is the Plato Lake with an altitude of 2,000 meters. It's not very tall, so you wouldn't have any altitude stress or sickness. And the weather here is very good, and the air quality is superb. It seldom snows, but it's snowing today, and you can see that this is how big the sun is behind you, and we are against the light, so you wouldn't tell this very well. But with your naked eyes, you can almost see the lake reflecting the sunlight, and the sun has just come out, and in Saram Lake, it's quite different from other places that you have been to. For example, the Ice and Snow World in Heilongjiang. The Ice and Snow World is a result of human wisdom. It gives you great experience, but coming into Xinjiang, you will enjoy a lot of natural landscape, and this is my first time standing so close with those waterfall made of snow, made of ice, and it's truly breathtaking and it's mind-blowing. And I heard that there is the snow resort near Saram. Yes, and we have a Plateau snow resort, as you mentioned, and as winter solstice comes, and the snow resort is put operational, and I want to tell all the ski lovers to come here. And so it's built on the mountain slopes behind us, and when you ski down from the top of the mountain, you will enjoy this unique view of the lake. When the lake is sitting in between mountains. And over the years, experience-themed tourism is gaining popularity in China, and we have southern Chinese traveling to the north, and also northern Chinese traveling to the very southern point of the country. And so people want to harvest the more experience. And in this part of the country, in Saram Lake, we have a lot of ice activities and snow activities, and we even have ice diving. And this is a very unique form of sports. You need to be a certified diver, and also you need to go through some trainings, and you can simply dive into the ice and you can do some search online. And when a diver is in the water, and when you look up, you will see nothing but this ice layer, which is the water surface actually, and it's very beautiful. It's translucent and it's super dazzling. So here at Saram Lake, you can enjoy and appreciate the ice and snow and the lake. And this is a place with more and more attractions in the winter. And we are about to enter into the winter holiday. And more visitors are coming into this place. And hello, where are you from? From Henan. You're traveling here for the first time? Yes. First time traveling to Xinjiang? Yes. Many people choose to come here in summer. Why would you choose winter? So we have been struggling with Harbin and Xinjiang. So we want to experience the real, authentic, natural snow. In Harbin, it's very beautiful as well, but it's artificial made ice sculpture. So many southern travelers would come into this part of the country just for the winter. Have enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much. So this is a random interview with travelers from the south, and they have been aspiring to come into the ice and snow world, and they don't want to come here in the summer, and it gives them a lot of excitement when it snows, and they just want to have a taste of winter. And I can tell that she was holding a camera, and she wants to take back this great memory and this great landscape. And this is very well said. And yes, many travelers wish to come here for the snow, and I can tell, and I believe you can tell as well, it's snowing. When I was waiting for my slot of the program, it was truly cold, and I was chatting with Li Yi about the highlights of winter tourism in Xinjiang. So in Xinjiang, you need to bundle up and engage in all sorts of activities. You need to move. You need to walk around and enjoy all those different activities. And many of the visitors and the walking along the waterfront, and it's not fully frozen up, but many travelers, they want to walk up close to the water and to experience how serene the lake is. Well, let me tell you, if this temperature continues, then within 20 days, it will freeze up, and you saw a little bit of how the Bagel Lake looks like when it's frozen up. And let me tell you, the Sram Lake is equally mind-blowing and breathtaking when it freezes up. And when you have time to make a plan to come into this part of the country to appreciate the Sram Lake, make it your destination of the year. Yeah, have a rendezvous with Ram Lake and enjoy your winter holiday with the snow and ice. Again, I'm at the Sram Lake Scenic Spot, which is located deep in the Tianshan mountain areas. I saw a little bit of the blue ice, and I saw some footages of the lake getting frozen up. And towards the end of this program, I sincerely hope that if you had time in the winter holiday and also in the spring festival, do come here to Xinjiang to experience the ice and snow. All right, this is the end of today's program. Thank you very much.